We've all had a chance to watch the new Star Wars movie now. What did we think?
I loved it.
Yeah.
And I still love it even after the excitement of getting out of the theater is worn off. I don't think there's any aspect of the movie I didn't enjoy. There was a lot of moments I was sitting in the theater with my mouth open like some kind of lollygagging fool. It's so cool.
Oh, there's this cartoon I saw on the internet, and this guy walks into the Force Awakens as a fully grown man.
Oh yeah, and then comes out as a little kid.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt.
Oh, and it's been a long time since a movie made me feel that way, so it was nice to see that, because you can really see in the movie that it really was a labor of love, and it was made by people who love Star Wars. Just we'll edit that out in post. And it was made by Star Wars fans for Star Wars fans.
Yeah. So what did you think of The Force Awakens? What are your kind of initial thoughts?
Well, I left a lot happier than I did when I saw the prequels. But
oh God, yes.
You admitted to me you left the prequels thinking they were great because we didn't know any better.
You know, the thing is, a lot of people did. And, I look back on that now, and I'm like, what was I thinking? I ended up seeing...
in high school, you didn't know anything.
It's true. I mean, I ended up seeing Phantom Menace, I think, 3 times in the theater.
I lined up for it.
We paid money for that multiple times. What were we thinking?
When I left the Phantom Menace, I actually felt... I said it wasn't bad, but it didn't seem the same.
Mm-hmm.
And so... This one I actually left going... That was awesome. I should probably see it again, because who knows what I missed.
I was really impressed with the First Order ships, the Star Destroyers. Mm-hmm. They look more battleship-ish.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, I get that technology's come a long way, but in Empire and Jedi and New Hope, they always look boxy, like a Dorito flying around with some shield generators on it and a bridge. Nice. But no, I really, really was impressed with the ships. I thought Kylo Ren's ship was pretty cool. It was just Darth Vader's ship without the dorsal fin, but it was black. The ships had color. That was the best part. Mm-hmm. They weren't just gray.
I noticed they really simplified things. So, in the original trilogy, we had X-Wings and B-Wings and Y-Wings and A-Wings, and the Empire had TIE fighters, TIE interceptors, TIE bombers. Yeah. This time it's just TIE fighter, X-Wing.
I was under the impression the TIE fighters didn't even have, long-distance capabilities. Mm-hmm. So when they tried to escape in a TIE fighter...
Yeah,
and then he's like, are you going to get us out of here? It's like, where are you going to go?
Yeah. Going back to Jakku, yes.
That's the only place
we didn't discuss a plan, so you left it up to me, the guy flying.
Because, in A New Hope, Obi-Wan says, it's a short-range fighter. There's no way it could have gotten out this far by itself.
It's true. All of it.
I feel like it's actually something that lives up to nothing can compare to the power of the Force.
Right.
And they did it in subtle ways. It's like, Yoda didn't throw the Senate at a guy, but I thought the mind control and telekinesis bit...
Kind of early on, seeing Kylo Ren stop the laser bolt in midair.
How cool was that?
I was like, okay, we're going to see some cool new stuff with the Force. I'm excited about that.
Especially when that bolt finally did hit. All the stormtroopers jumped and turned around.
I thought it was cool.
We all forgot about
see it kind of moving back and forth, it's trying. And he's walking away. He's not even paying attention, and the bolt's still held there.
Nothing will stand in our way.
Every step he took seemed to have an impact, and that they really made him seem ominous without him having to do anything. I mean, he's just all in black, he's got the mask, you're like, that's Darth Vader, and then, no, he can breathe, but...
He's not asthmatic. Weird.
And he's emo.
Yes, that's his Twitter account. Also, I like that they didn't pick, the handsomest actor they could find for that. He has a weird face.
Yeah, he's Snape Jr.
Also, he doesn't know how much things cost. Because he just throws tantrums and cuts panels up. What if the guy who works at that panel comes to work and it's all cut up and his boss walks in behind him? What are you doing to this place? What if he got fired? That guy might have a family.
What did you guys think of the MacGuffin of this map that they're trying to find and piece together? It seemed kind of out of nowhere.
So the First Order found the piece with the hole off of old Empire files, which is weird as to why the Empire had most of a map as to where to find Luke Skywalker when the Empire had allegedly descended into civil war while trying to figure itself out. There was still a guy that was talking to Luke Skywalker. And then, of course, he put it into R2-D2, and nobody was... They were like, nah, I wouldn't be in there. That'd be too easy. He did that
Well, he's in low power mode. You can't get any files from that.
So here's the question, though. Why did he suddenly boot up at the end? What was it that triggered him? Because there's a lot of kind of theories out there, and they haven't outright said. He just all of a sudden decided to turn on. So when I was watching that, I thought Rey had already been to the base once, but she hadn't. That was the first time that Rey came to the base. So... I'm wondering, is there like some kind of tie between Luke and Rey that we don't know about yet that R2 is able to recognize?
Well, I read a thing about, who she is, and says maybe she's one of Han's kids or like a illegitimate kid, or maybe related to the Skywalkers. My favorite theory was that she's no one special.
I like that idea.
And just
I really do.
Things revolve around her without her driving it.
I just basically spent most of the movie expecting her to be Skywalker's daughter.
Which could not have been more strongly alluded to by their little long-lost staring contest at the end. Also, Mark Hamill stole those scenes without saying a single word.
Well, that and the lightsaber of Anakin Skywalker and Luke was calling to her.
Yeah,
and
but
gave
you
her
also
visions.
you hear Yoda's voice, Obi-Wan's,
both Alec Guinness and Ewan McGregor. Yeah.
So there's also the theory that she's a Kenobi.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Why, it's my primary function, sir. I am well versed in all the customs.
I have no need for a protocol.
Yeah, why does he have a red arm? Is there no one that could get him a gold one?
I feel like it
no
was
one had
just for that joke. Like that was the only.
I have a new arm.
You may
Yeah,
not
you
recognize
don't. You
me.
have an arm from a red droid.
I saw somebody, they changed their profile picture and they had just a shirt, and the shirt had like one red sleeve. And she's like, this is a profile picture of me. You may not recognize me because of my red arm.
The lightsaber battle in the woods where trees are falling down and, there's steam rising up. I thought that was spectacular. They kind of did it in the prequels, but it was mostly cutting supports to things to drop on Obi-Wan's legs.
Yeah.
And that was great. It was really, really cool. And I liked the use of the vents on Kylo's lightsaber when he burns Finn's shoulder. I thought that was
crossguard or whatever.
Well, allegedly, from what I've read about his lightsaber, he built it himself, and it's got a cracked crystal in it, which makes it unstable. Why it's always jaggedy and crackling. So it needs vents on the side, so it makes it look cool and really impractical if you whip back too hard.
Yeah.
So maybe he's got some kind of lightsaber-proof bracer.
Some Mandalorian shoulder pads.
And it was neat to see lightsabers really used as an offensive weapon. Like when Finn's using it, and he's somehow an expert in sword combat. But with the Stormtrooper fighting with that other thing, conceivably he has some kind of martial arms training, which makes sense.
Both fights he was in, he was bested.
Yes.
He was bested by the random Stormtrooper and by Kylo Ren. That slash across the back. I thought he was dead.
Right.
I thought they killed him off.
If he's not dead, he's probably going to be in Captain Pike's old wheelchair. Star Trek reference for the Star Wars fans out there.
Blink once for yes.
So, and I thought that was great. And the return of emotion and a sense of not being super choreographed, even though they are, of course. But just
but realistic
Kylo wailing and wailing. It had all the emotion of Luke wailing on Vader in Jedi? Yeah. I'm a great Star Wars fan.
Enjoy Han Solo when they were trying to deal with Captain Phasma, the chick in black armor.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, what are we going to do with her? Is there a trash compactor on this level?
And he's really excited about it. I remember doing this 30 years ago.
And then Finn's face is like, yeah, there is.
And they wander away, and then you don't see her again. It's like,
yeah.
Also,
okay, so Captain Phasma, I just want to say, I was expecting her to do something more in this movie. I don't know, I feel like she's got fight or something.
The fact that she has a name and fancy armor,
and a cool M4-esque blaster.
And played by a really cool actor, too. I love her in Game of Thrones.
Seems to be a bureaucrat most of that movie. Yeah. Report to my division for, punishment.
You know what's funny is this podcast I listened to reviewed it, Now Playing Podcast, and one of them was saying, I was really hoping she'd be the next Boba Fett, a really, really cool character. And another guy in the podcast says, she didn't do anything. She is Boba Fett.
What are you most looking forward to in the next movie?
I want to know who Rey is. I want to know what's going on there, what her relationship with Luke is, and what happens in the minutes after it fades to black and goes to credits.
Yeah, I thought that great ending.
Oh yeah,
by the way.
absolutely.
Nailed it, JJ. I want to know more about Kylo Ren.
Mhm.
I liked him as a villain. He is a good protagonist. He's angry, he's emotional, and it was nice to see the opposite of the good and evil struggle, where he's evil struggling with good.
I thought that was really interesting.
And it's a little thing, but it adds a lot to his character. I know a lot of people don't seem to like him as a villain for some reason, but I thought he was great.
Yeah, I agree, totally.
I think most people didn't like him because he seems too angsty.
But he's a young guy, and he's got obviously a lot of power, and he is still kind of learning how to apply it to things. And I'm interested to see the Supreme Leader saying, it's time to complete his training. I want to see that.